Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 68, and we're currently over here outside the boring old storage area. Look at this thing. Absolutely terrible. Tiny, doesn't have any automated redstone sorting or anything like that. It's just rubbish, okay? We should really be using the system down at the bottom of our base, but sadly, I am yet to move over all of the items. So we will be doing that at some point in the near future, probably at the end of today's episode, but I do have a fairly ambitious plan for today's episode, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. It's an awesome plan. I did it sort of in Hermitcraft Series 2, but I want to try my best to do it again, but do it a lot better. So it should end up being a really awesome project, and I'll give you a little bit of a hint. It involves TNT. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start gathering up some gunpowder, but while I do this, I just want to talk to you about my week, okay? Because I am recording this right now on Monday. I'm not some kind of crazy time traveler. I haven't gone one day ahead, recorded Hermitcraft, then gone back and uploaded it. Nope, I am recording this 6 days in advance. Now that is ridiculous. As someone who likes to record their videos in advance, that's still obscene. I've never really done it that early before. So yes, very early on the recording, but the reason is, tomorrow, I've actually got my final exam. Tomorrow is my final exam. It's ICT. I'm a little bit worried for it, but after that, I'm done. I'm done with college. That is it. I'm completely finished. Full-time YouTube from that point forth. But a lot of my friends have suggested that we do something to celebrate. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leaving that exam hall and I'm going to be getting straight into my wetsuit. We're going to be driving all the way to Cornwall, 5-hour journey, and we're going to be surfing from Tuesday through to Wednesday and through to Thursday. Obviously, we're not going to be doing it non-stop. We are probably going to sleep at some point, and we're going to be camping, which is going to be very interesting. But yeah, it's going to be awesome, so I'm very excited for that. Then on Friday, I'm actually going to be heading over to Goodwood. Now, Goodwood is a racing track or a hill climb in the UK, and they have got the Festival of Speed on, which is a massive car show in the UK. And the one thing that I'm most excited for those of you who are into your cars, you will probably know the name Ken Block. He does the Gymkhana videos on YouTube, the crazy ones with the crazy cars, with the crazy drifting and things. And his car and him are going to be there. So the Hoonicorn, I think it's called, is actually going to be over at Festival of Speed. And I can't wait to see that thing going up the hill climb, so that's going to be good fun. And then on Saturday, I'm actually going to be going to Highclere Castle, which is where they filmed Downton Abbey, which is definitely going to be one of the most boring days of my life. But thankfully, my aunties and uncles from Australia are over, and that's why we're going there. We're going to be meeting them there, and it's going to be nice to see them. So that's it. That is my jam-packed week. On Sunday, I think I'm having a barbecue as well. So yeah, it's a little bit all go. My first week of being full-time YouTube, and I don't have any time to record YouTube videos. Bit of a problem, but after that, it's going to be all YouTube, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what I come up with. I'm going to be planning new series and things like that all through next week. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome in the videos department. I do apologise for chatting on just a little bit in the beginning there. I'm just very excited about the week that I have ahead. And one thing that I just want to mention is that there's a slight possibility, okay? It's a pretty small possibility, but there is a slight possibility that I will end up vlogging the entire experience, okay? Because I've got a very active week. I can't think of a future week that I have planned that is going to be this active. So if I'm going to vlog for 1 week, this is definitely the week to vlog. And we'll have to wait and see. As you guys know, not the biggest fan of vlogging myself. I find it a little bit uncomfortable. Never know what to do with my face while I'm talking. It seems to just be all over the shop. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But if I do vlog it, it will definitely be coming out on the second channel on Monday, Tuesday, potentially Wednesday. If it hasn't come out by then unfortunately I wouldn't get your hopes up because it's probably not going to come out ever. But yeah, there is a possibility for that, and I'll put a link to the second channel down in the description. But anyway, my super uber busy week aside, we've got some Minecrafting to do, because as I say, we're going to be working on a really cool project today that does involve some TNT. So I'm currently off out in the nether, and we're going to be heading over to the Mesa biome, which I do believe is next to a desert, if I have got my brain correct. And we'll be picking up some sand so that we can make lots of TNT, because currently don't actually have any of the stuff. A, it's getting dark, which could be a bit of a problem as we have a lot of spawning spaces around us, but more importantly, B, where on earth is all the sand gone? There is no way that all of us hermits have managed to clear out this entire desert. This is crazy. I've managed to find a fairly decent area of sand, so now I'm doing the standard procedure, wave your spoon about and gather it all up. And as far as I can tell, I'm fairly certain I'm approaching full inventory. Yep, it looks like I have. Let's just pick up all of this stuff that I've mined out down here, and that should definitely be enough. I can't imagine, at least as far as I can tell, I don't think I'm going to be needing quite this much TNT. That would create a cataclysmic explosion, probably end up erasing my base from the face of Hermitcraft, and that wouldn't be particularly good. So we're going to try and avoid that, and we'll head back over to the base and start crafting this stuff up. You know what I said that I wasn't going to go overboard with the TNT? I told a bit of a porcupine. We have got 6 stacks of TNT. That's quite a large amount, probably enough to create an atom bomb, but we're not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to be creating an auto mining quarry. Now, for those of you who have been watching me for a little while now, you'll remember this from Hermitcraft Series 2. It basically creates just a big hole that goes right the way from the surface all the way down to bedrock. Now, we're not going to be going that low in today's episode because I actually want to use this to do some base parts, okay? I want this to be part of the base, whereas in Hermitcraft Series 2, just wanted to see what would happen. This time, I want to build a new area for the base. There's essentially a big hole in the floor, then we'll cover up the top in glass so nothing can come in, and it can be like an inside environment, okay? It's going to be like a bio hole, a biosphere type hole thing. You know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. We're basically going to start planting some plants, placing some trees down. Should end up looking pretty good. We'll have a tree farm in there as well, like a large tree farm for jungle trees and things. And I just think it will be a really nice place to be, and it's going to be a fun little experiment. So that is the plan for today's episode, which means, of course, I need to gather up some dispensers. I've already got all of the TNT. We need a little bit of redstone, and we need to find a location. But I am sort of thinking that this area looks almost perfect. There's a creeper right there. Let's take him out. Let's take him out. Yes, I'm getting so good at that. This seems like the perfect location. Let me get on top of a tree so I can just quickly show you around. I'm getting some very bizarre lag spikes over here as well, so maybe it's not the perfect location. But as you can see, nice and flat. It's just a little way away from the base. It is perfectly fine, though, to travel between this and the base with minecarts, so that shouldn't be a problem either. And yeah, it's looking good. We've got some crazy lava stuff going on over there, which I really like. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start taking out some trees, and then we will start constructing this gigantic redstone quarry machine. So I'm just in the process of finishing up our little quarry section here. Just some final bits of redstone going in, and there we go. Right, okay, so that is the outside section, alright? We have got all of the cobblestone in. It doesn't, of course, have to be cobblestone, but we need some form of block to put the redstone on top of, so we've got all of those. And then in the center, we have got ourselves a dispenser, and in all of these little holes that I've created, we're going to be chucking in the dispensers as well. And of course, these are going to be filled in with TNT. That is not the right place to place the dispenser, but I've just had an idea as a way that I could put this down. Right, let's see if I can do this, and oh, just missed it. But yeah, I'm going to have to place these dispensers facing downwards now. They will be dropping the TNT down onto the floor. It will then explode, creating a hole, and then we'll just repeat that process over and over again, and we'll have ourselves a pretty sweet little system. Okay, so all of the dispensers are in. They are all filled up with TNT. The redstone is in place. Everything should be ready now. So I'm just doing the final checks, making sure that I don't have any leafage underneath my dispensers, because otherwise that will cause a problem if some TNT just lands one block beneath the dispenser. Obviously going to blow up the whole system. So we should be okay there. We should be okay in all of these. There's a lot more dispensers than I believe I had last time. So yeah, this should be a pretty decent size hole, and it should be a semi-circular one. Circular-ish in theory, I hope. Let's just clear out these final leaves here, and yeah, we should be good. This is what is going to be creating our new base area. This should be a really, really easy way to make a nice large area for this new section to the base. Obviously, I'm not moving base, but this is going to be a slightly new area. So let's just hop up here using my cobblestone. It's not particularly pretty, I know, but here we are. So this is it. In theory, I'm fairly certain the redstone will travel that far. I mean, I haven't counted it. Let's just do that quickly, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, okay, so that's 9 blocks. This doesn't look like much more than 9 blocks. It's definitely under 16. So, here goes. Are you ready? I think I'm ready. I'm definitely ready to do this. Let's hit the button. TNT has gone down. Cool. Okay, so that is the first one. Is everything okay? Did all of the TNT dispense? Yep, it looks like it. Let's do another one here. And this is pretty much how I'm going to go from this point forth. So the TNT is landing. And, right, okay, we are making some pretty good progress. We should have a decent amount of TNT left in all of these dispensers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a large number of times. And you know what? It will look good in a third-person time-lapse. So as you just saw there, we did it! We have created the quarry, and if I sound a little bit somewhat disappointed, it is because it doesn't look quite as good as I had in my brain. I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you. It looks a little bit square-ish, as in we have, like, you can clearly see where the TNT has fallen, and that isn't brilliant. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go around, do some clearing. Like, for example, what is that? We've got like a perfectly rigid edge. I haven't laser cut the thing. I've dropped TNT into it. It should look a lot more rough than that. So I'm definitely going to have to do some sorting out here, do a little bit of mining, and hopefully just make things look a little bit rougher. Yeah, I'm going to have to mine to make this place look a little bit more rough around the edges, because at the minute it's looking a little bit boxy, and we want to sort that out because this one is meant to be like a natural looking environment, and at the minute it's looking like I've just blown a hole using TNT. So hopefully we can sort this out, and it should end up looking really quite good. Alright, so I have been doing a little bit of mining here, so what I want you to do is take a look at this. So this is the side that I haven't done yet, and I want you to take a mental picture, right? Take a mental picture, park the thought, because I want you to do some comparing. So that is that side, and this is this side. This is the side that I've done the mining to, and straight away it just looks 10 times better, doesn't it? It's so much better, a lot more natural looking. It looks almost like a circular ravine. That's the sort of style that I'm going for here. I know it's a bit bizarre. This project in general is a little bit strange, I have to say. It's one of those things, I thought it was a good idea. I came up with it about an hour before I started recording, and I went, yes, that's what I'm going to do today, and that's what we're doing. We are doing it, and it seems to be working at the minute, which is good. In fact, actually, I just remembered, I've done something like this before. Mumbo's World, I actually did this in my single player survival world. This was back when I had around about 50,000 subscribers. I did something very, very similar to this. So for those of you who have been subscribed for ages, you will remember a similar project. That's the sort of look that I'm going for. Is that going to make it? Yes! Yes, it did. So let's take a look at it from above. Cool, it still looks like a massive bomb hole, but I suppose that's what we're going for. So yeah, I've just got to rough up all the other edges, and then we should end up with a nice end product. The final blocks now are being mined out of the last chunk, and I've tried my best to be a bit of a perfectionist here, so I've actually gone up and down all of the chunks about 2 or 3 times, just try my best to make them absolutely perfect. Really nice and rounded, no things sticking out or anything like that. It's still not perfect though, because of course I'm trying my best to keep things looking natural, but without them looking too square, and it's a bit of a fine line to tread, but I think I'm doing a decent job. So let me just quickly take out all of these, and yeah, we should be down at the bottom. Now, of course, the floor is still a bit all over the place, but we're getting onto that in a couple seconds. So let's take a look around, and yeah, that is looking pretty good. There's still a few sort of like that doesn't look particularly good, but you know what? I actually think for someone who is really, really awful at making manufactured things look natural, I feel like I've done a decent job. This one's definitely the worst because we've got floating blocks and things like that. So I'll quickly take out that floating block. But I would say, actually, that I'm fairly proud of myself with this one. And this hole that was originally looking a little bit square, well, not necessarily square, it was just looking a little bit blocky, is now actually looking a lot more natural, like a naturally spawning thing. Which is good. This is going to be a really, really cool area now to start building. Right, so I don't have a Silk Touch shovel, so I'm having to use a Silk Touch pickaxe to get to all of this grass. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Alternative solution to the problem is to fill the entire area of dirt, and holy lag spike, that was quite a big one. I don't know what it is about this area here, maybe it's because I'm loading and unloading areas of my base. I think that might be it, which is a bit of a shame. Hadn't actually thought of that, but I suppose that's something that we're going to have to deal with. But yeah, this is the area that we have right now. I'm going to chuck down some torches because otherwise we're probably going to have a few mob problems. And some of the area under this is actually hollow, which means if a creeper were to blow it up, we'd have to do some serious remodeling. So we're going to have to come up with a better way to light up this area because these torches aren't particularly brilliant looking. And just to annoy Slipgator, there's one right there. But also, we need to start chucking down some grass because, of course, we're not going to be keeping it like this. Brown is not the colour, so let's just start taking some of this area out, and we will start placing in some of this stuff, and hopefully it spreads out, goes to all of the other dirt blocks, and we should end up with a nice, lovely meadow that we can all frolic in. All of my grass has been placed down. This is all the stuff that I've got. You can see it's spreading relatively quickly, but it's still looking pretty dirtful. Down here, we've got plenty of dirt, and we've got a lot of large areas of dirt simply because I'm not particularly good at spreading out my resources, apparently. So I think what I'm going to do is I really want this to all look like grass by the end of this episode. And I've got quite a lot of packing to do. I've got to pack up my tent, got to pack up my wetsuit, got to pack up all my boards and things. So yeah, I've got to prepare for Cornwall. And I think that provides me with the perfect opportunity to do just a little bit of AFKing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to head inside this wall right here. And then I'm going to close myself in using some dirt, and I'll chuck down a torch just in case for some bizarre reason. I know it can't really happen, but you never know with Minecraft. I don't want anything spawning in here. So yep, I'll just stand right here, and we will AFK for around about 2 hours, and we'll see if we get ourselves a nice little meadow. Okay everyone, so it has been around about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I've packed everything, I'm ready to go to Cornwall. So let's take a look, and yes, everything is nice and green. I know it probably wouldn't have taken that long. It was probably done within 20 minutes, but packing had to be done. This is looking lovely. Oh, it's so nice to be in an area that doesn't have the horrible, disgusting, dark swamp colors. This is nice and lovely. It's lovely. It's like a little meadow. We've got the perfect area to stand in. Obviously, I'm going to be bone mealing all of this to get nice amounts of foliage and everything. And also, yeah, I think I should add some bushes on the walls, so I'm quickly going to do that. Hopefully this place will begin to look the part, and then we'll have ourselves a nice little area. And just like that, everything is looking glorious. Check this place out. Oh, I'm so very happy with the way that it's turned out. We've got the bone meal in. That looks fabulous. It looks absolutely awesome. We've got this singular tree in there. I just had a sapling in my inventory, and I thought, yeah, I'll chuck that down. And it's really actually brought the place together. It looks brilliant. And then on the walls, we also have some extra greenery up here, which I've spent some time doing. And yeah, it just looks good. It's come together really nicely. This is a cool place. And I can't wait to do some things over here. I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing. All I know is I want this to be a new section of the base. So we're going to have new parts coming off of here. Perhaps this could be like the central hub area. Then I know I want to do a sugarcane farm, I want to do a melon farm, and I want to do a pumpkin farm. But it's not only farms, okay? We're going to have other things coming off of here, other fun bits and pieces. But this is going to be like a new centralized hub for a satellite of the main base, if that makes any sense. So we've got the main base, that's the Mumbo Jumbo. Then we're going to have satellite areas that are going to have other things coming off of them. So we're going to have satellites with satellites around the satellites. I don't know if there's specific words for those, but that's sort of the idea. So the last thing that we've got to do in today's episode is, of course, we still have this big structure up here. Let's check around for mobs real quick, because I've been caught out many times by enderpearling up here. Oh, I've spotted you. I've spotted you. Now you're gone. So yeah, we just need to take that out, and then this will be pretty much completed, and just from above as well. God, I love it. Right, okay. I'm going to get rid of this, and then I'll catch you guys in a bit. Final block's been removed now, and there we go. So this is it. This is the new thing. I don't know what to call this thing. Technically, this is an even bigger bowl than the bowl that we have over here. We could call it the Mum Bowl Rough Bowl, because it's a bit rough around the edges. But you know what? I reckon you guys are 10 times better, hundreds of times better at coming up with names for things. I mean, seriously, you came up with the Mumbo Jumbo. That wasn't off the top of my head. I think the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle Base, I think that was you guys as well. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to help me out with that one. What should I call this satellite area of my base. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. As you guys know, got a very busy week ahead that I'm super excited for. But most importantly, tomorrow, at the time of release of this video, so tomorrow, aka Monday, I will hopefully be doing a Monday evening live stream, and in that time, we'll be connecting up that new bowl thing to this main base using minecart systems, as well as doing a bit of stuff over there in terms of the appearance. So it should end up being a pretty good live stream, so make sure that you attend that one, and I'll put a link to my Twitch down in the description. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.